full forecast.
Also tonight in the news, angry city medics are charging tonight that the city's emergency ambulance system was swamped by Hurricane Sandy and that medical care was often chaotic. They allege the city did not follow its own storm response plan. CBS 2 political reporter Marcia Kramer here with this exclusive story tonight. Marcia.
Well, Dana, some of the stories that I was told by paramedics and emergency medical technicians are head-scratching, like orders to make crew changes on street corners buffeted by heavy rain and 70-mile-an-hour winds, which may be why city medics say their safety was jeopardized and the head of EMS has got to go. These pictures tell the story. Weeds and water up to the steering wheel of an EMS ambulance. Medics forced to climb to the roof of their vehicle to save themselves from drowning. An EMS chief carried out of an EMS station in a flood zone that was evacuated way too late. Evidence, say medics, of bad decisions made as Hurricane Sandy hit the city.
The decisions that were made and non-decisions that were made are unacceptable, as someone needs to be held accountable.
During the storm, EMS captains and lieutenants had to not only worry about responding or having EMTs and paramedics respond to jobs to save lives, but they had to worry about their own lives and save their own lives.
The complaints are varied, coming from paramedics and EMTs who, fearing reprisals, asked to have their identities hidden. It starts with charges that EMS stations on piers near the water in the city's evacuation zone weren't ordered to evacuate until they were already underwater.
We had to trudge through the water, hoping that we weren't going to get electrocuted.
Tour changes made on dangerous street corners. Orders reportedly given that they were not to go to firehouses on high ground.
There were quite a few transformers that were, sparking and blowing up.
Trees, poles, branches, debris was flying past us, and our ambulance was shaking.
They also charged that over 100 EMS students were brought in to help, and that experienced medics were told not to come in to avoid costly overtime.
And I was told that we can't be calling people in on overtime. We just can't be doing that.
A spokesman for Fire Commissioner Salvatore Cassano dismissed the charges as whining about getting wet, and Cassano issued a statement defending the head of EMS, Abno Namode, and saying it was his decision to have firefighters and EMS personnel, quote, stay in service and in quarters during the storm for as long as possible. Our members, he said, along with the police department, were the last line of defense for the people in the communities we serve. Now, CBS 2 wanted to get more of the city's side of the story. We reached out repeatedly to the fire commissioner who oversees EMS for an on-camera interview, but those requests were declined. Now, the charges made by the medics that we showed you are just the tip of the iceberg. CBS 2 has hours of interviews with furious EMS personnel. Chris?
All right, Marcia, thank you. Rage over the